Hello and welcome back. Hey, my name's cScot, and today we're going to take another look at KITSU'S Forgecraft. Stay tuned, and we're going to talk about logs, charcoal, and we're going to end the episode with doing steel. Let's get started. Alright, so there's been some new and updates and things have changed a bit. And we're going to start with charcoal, because charcoal is going to be the key piece that we're going to need to make steel. And we're going to need a certain type. So what I want to do is go over the different types. But first, I want to show you guys a new mechanic that's been added to this. So we'll get a log, a stick, and a torch. Okay, so we've got these spruce log stacks, and the same thing, you guys know how to make those. We talked about it last time. If you don't know, I will put a link in right here up in the upper right hand corner, and you can take a look at it. So now you can stack all of these together internally here, one group as big as you want. Light them, and it's going to take all of them, and it'll cook all of them. It'll catch them all on fire, and those will all actually cook. Super cool new mechanic piece of it, which is big time saver. So all right, let's get to talking about charcoal. All right, so the different grades of charcoal. You're going to have charcoal, you're going to have fair grade, good grade, and then high grade, right? And these are each going to be set out by the type of tree that you get. So aspen is going to be normal charcoal. So is this yew log, okay? So these two will give you straight up charcoal. To give yourself fair grade charcoal, you're going to need oak or dark oak. Easy? Absolutely. Let me grab a pickaxe here real quick. And we're going to try this, and we'll break a couple of these open. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. And I just happen to have one right there. Okay. And this is a steel pickaxe, and this is what our ultimate goal is today. We're going to actually craft up. So, we'll take a look right here. Punch this out. And it says poor grade charcoal. Boom. Right? That gives you nothing more than absolute charcoal. Okay. Same thing with this here. This one's going to give you... It's going to show poor grade, but it's actually going to give you fair grade there. Okay. We've got spruce and acacia wood will give you the good charcoal or good grade charcoal. So here's this. Okay, and that's your good grade charcoal, right? Absolutely. So the very end one that you're going to want to do is jungle wood and ironwood log stacks. All right, that is going to get you. It's going to get you the high grade that you're going to require for steel. Okay, and that's your high grade charcoal. So that is how you get charcoal. That's the different grades. It's the different ways and the woods that go with it. So this is pretty cool. I like that. The ironwood and the yew log are both PrimalCore, and those are load automatically into it. Okay, so now let's come in here back into our little cave here, and I can show you what each one of these grades is going to be. So right here we're going to have this is the fair grade. Okay, in the fair grade, when you put that in, you're going to get a max temperature rate of 2,000 degrees within your bloomery here. If you're going to use the good grade, which is this right here, you're going to have a max of 24,000. All right. And then finally, with the high grade, you're going to get a actual high of roughly 3,900 prior to it. And so what it does is you're going to notice as you pump it up, it'll hit 2,000, and then it'll kick back down to a number. And I want to say the number 16 or 1,700, right? And then it's the same thing with the 2,400. It runs back down to about 20, and the 39 takes you back down to 37, 36. So easy. And that was one thing I really wanted to do. I didn't know what the high temperatures were, and so I finally found that out, and I think it's cool, and I'm glad I get to share that with you guys because it's something that a lot of questions come up here. All right, so now let's get to actually doing our steel pickaxe. All right, so we're going to go at KITSU'S here, and if we notice right here, our filled steel crucible. Boom. Well, let me quit cheating here with it. Okay, and just a second here. I just had all this up here so that we could do it. I want to make sure that I got it all right for you guys. So here we go. Let's now look again at steel field crucible. All right, there we go. So we've got one clean iron ingot and high grade charcoal. Well, how do you get high grade or clean iron? Yeah, well, that's when you come here to the filled clean iron crucible. All right, so we need iron dust and limestone slag. Well, limestone slag is pretty simple to get. You run through the world and you look for this specific block, this carbonate block right here. So we're going to mine some of this up here, and we'll take it, and to make this is pretty simple actually. You take this along with, let's grab out here our stone Gallagher hammer, and it just crafts just like this, and it gives you 4 limestone slack. That's pretty simple, right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is, you noticed here, where's our clean, that we're going to need an iron dust. Now you can get iron dust multiple ways, but if you're going to do it through PrimalCore, one great thing is called a block breaker. Actually, it's KITSU'S craft here, I'm sorry, the block breaker right here. And it's going to take a lever, a coil of silk cordage, and then 5 planks. And I've got it all right here. We'll grab that out. We'll craft this up together here. So to get your, what do we call that here again? Your coil of silk cordage. Absolutely beautiful. You got to have silk cordage. So silk cordage is going to be a total of 3 string together, which will give you your silk cordage, and then that gives you your coil of silk cordage. Yep. And then we'll do a simple lever, and that it'll go up there. It'll go with your 5 blocks and right there. Now this is a super cool block, and you're going to have to use it with a Gallagher hammer within it. So we think a good spot for this will be right here. Okay, it's kind of be in the way, but for now it'll work. Okay, so you place it down, and again, place it looking at where you're wanting to crush your ores. Add your stone Gallagher hammer to it, and the way the mechanics works for this, if you right click on it, it pulls the hammer back. Yeah, and then you hold shift and right click in it, and then it retracts itself and crushes. So down here we've got some ore. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 of these real quick. And this is, you just place the block in front of it, go with an empty hand, pull it back, shift right click, and see it didn't come back far enough, so you got to bring it back far. Okay, boom, there we go. Oh, and that gave us a return of 2. Now it doesn't always do that. It's kind of one of them luck things. So we'll do one more here and see what we get out of this one. Maybe we do get 2. I don't know. Nope, just 1. That's what I was thinking. Okay, very nice. So the way we do this now is we're going to need one of our crucibles, and we will fill our crucible with 1 iron dust and 1 of the limestone slack. Boom, just like that. And then we're going to place it into one of these, one of our bloomeries here. And we're going to probably pump this one up here. Let's get it higher. Now, you see that I have a total of 64 charcoal in there, right? Now, Kitsu reached out to all of us if we've been doing this, and he's been saying, hey guys, listen, you want to make sure that you add at least 49, because the way that it looks at the heat and the efficiency of the fuel usage in it is by quarters. So if you go above 3/4, it's going to have a better fuel efficiency than if you put in like 8 or 9. So something new, something pretty cool that we all learned, and I think that's pretty nice. So anytime you see me doing anything, I'm going to always load it up to the max. And it's the same thing with the Forge too. So it's a little bit better efficiency when it comes to your fuel usage with that. Okay, so we're at 1200. We'll go ahead and place in our clean iron crucible here, and we'll see right off the bat that we need 1550. We're under 2000, so we should be good on this one. So we'll pump away here, and 14, and that should be 1450. That should be somewhere like there. All right, so now that's going. Okay, so we've got 1100 ticks left, and while that's going, yeah, I think I'm going to let that go, and I'll catch you guys when this is done. Okay, we've got about 100 ticks left, and actually we're now done. So I made 2 of them here. So we've got one that's hot, and we've got one that's cool. So we'll go ahead and break this one that's cool. And now you see that gives us a clean iron ingot, right? So easy enough that we'll take that along with our empty crucible and our high grade charcoal there, and that'll give us a filled steel crucible. Okay, so if I were to place this in here, we're going to automatically, you're going to notice it's not going to work. So we have to at least use good grade charcoal, because it's going to take 2100 degrees to actually make this work. So just a second here, we're going to have to ramp this up. So it's at 2100 degrees that we're going to need. So you need at least in your bloomery to use the good grade charcoal to get the heat you require to make steel. And so it's going to take us getting all the way up there to pump this, and then once it hits around 2100, it'll it'll work out. So, and we're not gonna it won't let us pull it out. So either way, we'll just keep walking it up here. Yeah, once it hits 800, it'll kick in. So there we go, 2100. And so it will not work with the what am I calling it? The fair grade. So we're gonna need to have the good grade charcoal in our bloomery just to even get this thing to work to make steel. So something I learned, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good to know. At least, you know, I wasn't wasting fuel and everything trying to get this to work in a bloomery with, you know, the fair grade charcoal. So cool. So, all right, so we're at 14. It's going to take a bit. All right, I'm going to crank this up to 2100, and then I'm going to let it run down. And when it's done, we'll go ahead and pull it out, and we're going to craft it up, because this is the highest tier weapon system, or the highest tier material that we can currently make. And then we'll go through the test again. We're going to add, and we'll put Fortune 3 on it, and we will then go ahead and we'll see how this works with there. Okay, that should be 2100. There we go. And then we'll put Fortune 3 on it, and we'll take some diamonds out, and we'll crush them, and we'll see how well it works. So just a second here, in 1200 ticks, and I'll see you guys when this is finalized. All right, we are back, and we are at, well, roughly, we're pretty much close to being done. Actually, if I would keep it at the right temperature, that's one thing you do have to monitor these things. It just takes that time. So we got just about there, and we are done. So we'll pull out that hot, and we'll place it right there. So now we have a hot cook steel. So what we can go ahead and do is let's go ahead and we have our Ushri. Okay, I think I'm saying that right. Let me just double check. I'm telling you guys, somebody sent me a comment about it, and absolutely, Urushi. Urushi, okay? That is the proper way, Urushi. There we go. I got it. I'm getting there. I'm trying. 1, 2, 3, and one stick, because we're going to let that cool. While that cools, we'll go ahead and make all the other pieces. And this is just like the other ones where you make plant twine. You take your urushi along with a stick, and you get a lacquer stick. And then once this is done, we can get this going. And then let's go ahead and grab out a bunch of fair grade charcoal. Now, I haven't tried, and I don't know if your brick forge has certain temperatures via the different types of the charcoal. I don't think I haven't run into any issues with it. So we can go and pump this up to about 1100, and then we're going to break it, and we'll put our charcoal or our steel ingot up on top there, and that'll actually, then we'll get it melted, or we'll get it heated so that we can put it on our forge here, our anvil, I'm sorry, our stone anvil, smack it, and then build our actual pickaxe head. So now at sometime here in the near future, guys, we're going to go through all the weapon systems that are in Kitsu, and please stay tuned, because PrimalCore, we have barely even touched PrimalCore. We've discussed how you get started with it, but we have not gone through hardly anything of all the other things with it. So I'm just always going to set this to 1100. I think that should be about good for us. Okay, there's this. So now we have our steel ingot, which is nice. We'll place it on there, and he should turn. So let me go ahead and dump some of this junk in here that we're not going to need. Okay, and if it waits just a bit, I need to do a better job of testing, because I'm not for sure the total heat required here for steel. But I think at 1100 it works to heat pretty well. So then we'll shift, click that into the center. And I went ahead and created ourselves a forge hammer. Boom, just like that. And now we'll rearrange our little nuggets here. And these guys can just go over here. Now, one of the... There we go. Okay, cool. Somebody said that build 2 of these stone anvils. One that you can hold all these with, and the other you can actually craft with. So I think that's a great idea, and I'll do that in the future when I'm playing with this. So we'll pop it. There we go. And now let's actually grab 3 lapis. 1, 2, 3, because we're going to test this thing. It's, you know, it's well worth testing something, right? If we're going to be here doing this, let's test the thing. And so we'll take our 3 lapis. We'll put the lapis, because remember, this is how we add the upgrades, in this slot right there. This guy will heat as he is right there. We'll grab him off, place him in the middle, and smack it with our forge hammer. There we go. There's 1. We'll heat it again. We'll go 2. And remember, you can't add any more than 3 modifiers to each one of these weapons or these tools. So there's that one. And we'll go there and here again. And we'll let this heat, and then we should be able to go and finalize this. So almost there. And we'll take some diamonds out, and we're going to place them down, and we'll see how well this thing really works with Fortune 3. There is one said steel pickaxe with lapis level of 3 on it. And here we go. Let's go out and let's have some fun with this thing now. Here we go. So we're going to set out 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we got 5. We have what's equivalent to supposedly a Fortune 3 pickaxe. Okay, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. That was okay. That was okay. All right, so we doubled at least it. So that wasn't too horribly bad. Not at all. So that's cool. I'm liking that. That's real nice. So yeah. All right. So I hope that you guys learned some stuff today, specifically about how do you get the different grades of charcoal, the new mechanic for getting charcoal. Let's come over here and take a look and see. Nope, it's still smoldering. You noticed we started right here, right? And this one's on fire too, and it'll catch the rest of them on fire in there. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm happy to be able to put this together for you all so that you guys can see exactly what you need for each one of it. And then to add to that, what are the different temperatures that each one of those brings in here. So good stuff. I'm excited. So hey, stay tuned. We're going to continue to go through this, both PrimalCore and through KITSU'S Forgecraft. We haven't talked about a couple of the other things, specifically these long bows, some of these steel slayers, and the long swords. So we'll probably do something on that. We also do need to do one on bronze. Bronze is a little more, there's some more to it. So we'll put that together. I think that's an episode all in itself. And I'll keep these around 15 to 20 minutes so that it's not too long for you all to have to sit here through it. But until next time, y'all, hey, I do appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll catch you all again very, very soon.